Hey everybody! Okay, so this is gonna be my winter foundation routine, but it's gonna be a affordable foundation routine. This is a foundation routine I've been using quite often. I switch my foundation routines every so often, just because I get bored easily from products. There are certain products that I do use constantly, and you'll see some of them. But then there's others that I change up. The most recent one would have to be the foundation I'm using, and this is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable foundation, and my color's in W6 Sun Beige. I kind of switch between W7 and W6 just because this can be a bit too light for me, or W7 can be a little too dark, so sometimes I'll mix them. But right now I'm kind of pale, so I've been using the W6. What else? Yeah. This is a foundation routine where it's kind of got like a dewy finish. You all know from watching my videos that even though during the summer I still like a dewy finish, not so matte. And for the winter, that is definitely no matte, just shimmer. No, not shimmer, but dewy. So hopefully you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Okay guys, so to start off, I'm gonna use my Rimmel Fix and Perfect 1 foundation primer. And the reason why I'm using this one is because it helps brighten up my skin since it's looking a bit dull and uneven. So I'm taking about that much. I'm gonna go ahead and take L'Oreal Studio Secrets Magic Perfecting Base, and I'm only gonna use this around my T-zone area, which is where I have larger pores. I'm just gonna take a regular foundation brush and just take some and pat it on my cheek area. Now to prevent my concealer from creasing, I'm going to use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and I'm just going to take a little bit under my eye and a little bit on top of my eye. Now I'm going to let my primer sink in for at least 5 minutes, which is going to give me time to do my eyebrow routine. And for that, I'm going to make a separate video for it, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now that my brows are done, I'm going to go ahead and move to concealing. The first concealer I'm going to use is my Hard Candy's Glamouflage, and this is my holy grail product. I cannot live without it. So I'm going to take that much, and I'm going to apply it underneath my eye. Okay, so now that we look completely pale from our eyes, we're going to move on to a little bit of like a concealer type of deal for my face. I have two options. You can use the Marc Speedaway Do Everything makeup, or you can use another cheaper alternative, and this is the e.l.f. All Over Cover Stick, and this is in the color Honey, and this is just the way it looks. I'm actually going to use both, so I'm going to use the e.l.f. one to highlight my nose, kind of bring it out, my Cupid's bow, my upper cheek area, and a little bit on my chin. Now I'm going to use the Marc's Speedaway foundation for any problem areas like my chin, on my cheeks, lower jawline. And then I'm going to take the same brush that I used for my primer, and I'm just going to blend that in. let me blend it. The foundation I'm going to use is my L'Oreal True Match foundation, and this is in the color W6 Sun Beige. And I'm just going to shake it up a bit. I'm going to take my finger and just dot it around my face. Okay, so to blend my foundation, I'm going to use my Sigma F80 Flat Top Definitely use a cheaper alternative, and it's the e.l.f. powder brush, and this is about $3 Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty dewy. It has a dewy finish, like a very kind of, not a shimmery, but it has like a nice glow to it. If you do have dry skin, I suggest you leave it as is. But if you have oily, then I suggest you set it with powder. Now, since I have combination, I'm going to set my T-zone with powder. And this is the powder I'm using. Is also from the True Match collection. It's the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. And it's also in the color W6 Sun Beige. And I'm just going to use my e.l.f. powder brush. Now for my concealer, my under eye area and all that, I'm going to set it with a different powder, and this is the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face powder, and this is in the color Translucent. So I'm just going to take what's on the cap, and I'm going to use a foundation brush. This is just a crown brush. So even though it is winter, I still like to keep a sun-kissed type of glow. So I'm going to use my Wet n Wild bronzer in Princess. And this is just what it looks like. And I'm going to take my Eco Tools bronzer brush. It's this big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to start contouring. Okay, so you can go ahead and add blush if you like. I just like the way the bronzer just looks on me. I'll sometimes wear blush, but on a daily basis I don't for the winter. But what I do is that I like to add a bit more of a highlight. So I'm going to use my Heart Candies Flake Blush in Honeymoon. And it's just a very pretty shimmery color. So I'm just going to take some on my e.l.f. complexion brush, and I'm just going to add it to the top of my cheek. That is basically it for my foundation, my winter foundation routine. As you can see, everything that I used is affordable. The foundation was $7 at Walmart. The MARC foundation is a bit pricey for the size. It's $10, but of course you have an alternative, and that's the e.l.f. all over cover stick, and this is only $1. I used, of course, the L'Oreal Magic Studio Secrets Perfecting Base, and this is about $10. The Rimmel Fix and Perfect is about $6. The Baked Blush from Hard Candy is $6 or $8, one of those two. And my Wet n Wild bronzer was, I believe, $3. So everything is pretty much super affordable. The only thing that was not affordable is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. but to be quite honest with you, there's other cheaper alternatives. For instance, Elf makes an excellent dollar eye primer which you can use, or you could just go ahead and just end up using the Rimmel or the Studio Secrets primer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!